Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book roundup. We're kind of getting started with the this week's Marvel haul. So let's keep on trucking with Hellverine #2. Where we left off, Akihiro had spoken with Doctor Strange and basically asking questions about the demon he's that's grafted to his soul. But Doctor Strange has, after a look inside Baggerghoul, Doctor Strange came to the conclusion that perhaps Akihiro's theory that Baggerghoul had basically opted to be more like Logan was maybe not entirely true. And he sent Akihiro to the North Pole. And so the issue opens on in the North Pole. There is apparently a around the place that the spot where Sabretooth slaughtered Akihiro. There's something of a monument made of bone, but Akihiro reverts to his not fiery form. Turns out that the greenhouse is still there. That was X-Force's mutant sanctuary during the fall of X. But Akihiro is doing some exploring of the greenhouse. It turns out that there are definitely people there, and he finds actually a corpse, which has definitely been through better days. And he comes upon a young mutant who does kinetic energy blasts, and Akihiro does what he can to basically say, "Hey, look, you don't have to, interfere with me. I'm just trying to, figure all this out." And turns out that Evan used to go hunting with Celine, one of the I think the corpse in the med lab. However, basically the spot where Akihiro died, there was a point where the wind shear basically managed to disrupt her shot at the caribou they were hunting, and but she fell into the pit basically. Two others came to help. And it turned out, and Evan dragged Celine back to the greenhouse. Two others were helping, but they basically got infected, so to speak. And Evan took care of Celine's body, and so Evan and Akihiro go to basically the monument that's been erected. and he goes full Hellverine. Tries to, however, one of the another infected mutant attacks him, and well, another one goes after Evan. However, Agihiro manages to get rid of that mutant, and Agihiro or Evan manages to blast the part of the monument, while Akihiro manages to regain some control, and he finishes the job. However, Evan is dragged to hell, and afterwards, Doctor Strange shows up, and Doctor Strange tells Akihiro that this is not the only place that he's going to have to go to potentially learn what's up going on with Bada Ghoul. But Doctor Strange states that there's some very old, very dangerous magic loose in the world. The magic of hell. And its attribute and kind. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I'm glad to see that the greenhouse is still standing. I kind of have to wonder why no one's opted to use it as a base, perhaps. Maybe a certain team that used to, until just recently, had government funding. Maybe they could use that as a base. Or a group that's wanting to do what it can to potentially advocate for mutant rights. But anyways, I'm sure they'll be used for. I'm sure at some point it'll be utilized by someone. But anyways, moving on to our last book for the moment, we've got Wolverine Revenge #4. Where we left off, Wolverine had pretty much killed all of the villains that were responsible for what was basically the end of the world. He had killed Omega Red, Deadpool, even Colossus. And so, the issue opens, it's 20 years after that. Basically, we got Old Man Logan now. Traveling through the wastelands. However, the wastelands are not as bad as other post-apocalypse eras. In fact, Logan goes into a bar, and it seems there's actually some of the other superhero community there as patrons, with Reed Richards as the bartender. But Logan goes to see Forge, and Logan and Forge share a drink. But apparently not all of the villains responsible for destroying the world are done for. Symmetry is being kept alive. So it would seem that But when Logan goes to where Sabretooth's living, it would seem that maybe someone's been there and just something feels off. But Sabretooth has had one of his arms cut off and resides in Xavier's hover chair. But Sabretooth taunts Wolverine some, and Wolverine decides he's not gonna basically do whatever it was in particular he was going to do to Sabretooth. But when Wolverine leaves. But Sabretooth did have guests over. The children of Omega Red, as well as a shadowy mystery figure. But Omega Red's kids go after Logan, and they put up a good fight, and he does take his licks, but Wolverine killed all three of them. Goes back to where Sabretooth is being kept. Or rather, but he manages to take down all three of Omega Red's kids. Back at Sabretooth's place, he discovers that, the three Omegas are out, and he expected it. And we find out that the fourth mystery guest of Sabretooth is in fact Colossus's son, who has his Aunt Illyana's soul sword apparently strapped to his back. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. Evil teenage Colossus. Or at least manipulated the evil teenage Colossus. I get the feeling that Logan's probably going to talk some sense into the kid. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.